Good afternoon. I welcome everyone to this excellent video here, challenging us with two word problems related to supplementary angles. I am Mr. Ish. Thank you for joining me for this video. Supplementary angle problems are commonly seen everywhere. So let's get with this first question. We have a representation here of a triangle. We've extended these lines out such that we've created angles outside of that triangle. We have to show that the sum of all the three outside angles is always equal to 360 degrees. Take any triangle and make a representation such as this, and you add these external or outside angles, they'll always equal 360 degrees. We have to show that to be the case. And again, we're going to be looking here at everything with respect to supplementary angles. We know a number of angles are equal to supplementary, such as two angles if they always equal to 180. But supplementary angles does not always have to involve two. It can involve any number of angles, but they all add up to 180 degrees or a straight line. How can you go about doing this? If you remember the basic rule that the sum of the internal angles of a triangle is always 180 degrees, we can then mark off these three angles internally in that triangle. With respect to A, we have a straight line here, and B here, we have a straight line here with C. With respect to A, we can identify this outside angle as 180 minus A, because these two angles here would be supplementary. They would add up to 180. If one is A, the other one is 180 minus A. Likewise, this outside angle would be 180 minus B for the same reasons as that. And this one right here would be 180 minus C. And I'm asking you to show that the sum of all of these three outside angles is always 360. So let's add them up. For one angle, we're getting 180 minus A. Then for the other one, we're getting 180 minus B. These are all my outside angles. And the last one, we have 180 minus C. Add them up. We have 180 plus 180 plus 180. That's 540 degrees. Then we have a minus A, minus B, minus C. You can use algebra over here and modify this a bit. We have 540 minus, you can do A plus B plus C, because this is exactly the same as that. If we know the sum of the internal angles of a triangle is always 180, all of this substitutes to a 180. So you're essentially looking at 540 minus 180, and that will give you 360 degrees, which is what we wanted to know all along. And this question is done. It's an interesting way of showing this specific proof, which you could see in a geometry class. Maybe you can remember this. Our second and last question of this video is an excellent supplementary angle word problem. We will read it and then we will solve it in a logical manner. Four angles are supplementary, which means they all add up to 180. So we'll have four angles adding up to 180 degrees. If the first is 50 degrees, the second is 10 less than the sum of the third and the fourth. Find all angles if the sum of the second and third angles is 80 degrees. It seems like there's a lot going on, but it's not very difficult. We know there are four angles and they're supplementary. They'll all add up to 180. We're looking here at the first, and it is 50 degrees. Then we're looking at the second. It is 10 less than the sum of the third and the fourth. And then we have to find all angles if the second and the third add up to 80 degrees. So let's do this. Let this be the first angle. This is the second angle, third angle, and fourth angle. First, second, third, and fourth. We know the first angle automatically is 50 degrees, so we can mark it off. All the angles here are supplementary, so they would add up to 180. It could be you looking at something like this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. All of these add up to 180. And we have measurement of 1 given. If one of these angles is 50 degrees, then the other ones must be 180 minus 50. And they must add up to 130 degrees. All of these three must add up to 130. What do we know here? The second is 10 less than the sum of the third and the fourth. If the third is x and the fourth is y, and here it says the second is 10 less than the sum of these two, then you can say x plus y minus 10. This last bit of statement over here, we can ignore it for now. We have all of these, and we know these three here equal to 130, so let's work with that. We have x plus y minus 10 plus x plus y, and all of this equals 130. We have 2x plus 2y. 2x plus 2y is equal to, you take the 10 on the other side, 140. You can isolate here 2. You have x plus y, and you're isolating 2 from it, is equal to 140. And x plus y is equal to 140 divided by 2 is 70 degrees. So we know all of these together are equal to 70 degrees. If sum of x and y is 70, we know now the second is 10 less than that. right? 10 less than the sum of x and y is what? 70 minus 10, and that's 60 degrees. So we've gotten that one solved. We already knew the first one, and we know these are equal to 70. So let's look here. The second and the third angles equal to 80 degrees, of which 60 are taken by the second. That leaves x to be 20 degrees. If the x and y are equal to 70, now we've taken out 20 out of that 70, then you know y must be here 50 degrees, and that right there would be our answer. The first is 50 degrees, second is 60 degrees, the third is 20 degrees, and the fourth is 50 degrees, and the answer is done. So let's put our answers over here. We'll put them right here in proper order. First is 50, second is 60, third is 20, and the fourth is 50, and we're done. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you found this beneficial. Have a good day. Bye.